Welcome to St. Joseph Christian School. St. Joseph Christian is a non-denominational private Christian school that strives to partner with Christian parents in their God-given responsibility to encourage, discipline, and instruct their children. St. Joseph Christian serves students from pre-kindergarten up to 12th grade. Now, let's learn a little bit more about St. Joseph Christian Secondary, grades 7 through 12.
Over the years, we've found that while every family is different, most prospective families have the same questions. Parents want to know about student life at SJCS, college preparedness, ACT prep, course offerings. They ask about leadership opportunities, extracurricular activities, and what we mean when we say that we teach a biblical worldview.
Our class periods are 47 minutes long. That means students go to 7 classes and a study hall. There's a dedicated fine arts period at the end of the day so students can take visual arts, band, or choir all 4 years of high school. Many Fridays are different because we start the day off with chapel.
Chapel days start with students gathering in the gym to worship God. A worship band made mostly of SJCS students leads the student body in worship. Worship is followed by a speaker or student-led small groups.
I like the way we do small groups here at St. Joseph Christian. We get all the different age groups, junior high through high school, and we get to talk about the different chapel topics that we had or different scriptures. And I just really enjoy the fellowship that we get to have with each other.
I love the opportunity to worship mostly every Friday. Just when you're up there singing and praising Jesus, you see all those people up there raising their hands, closing their eyes, and worshiping Jesus is one of the best feelings you will ever have.
Students at St. Joseph Christian School typically score above national, state, and local averages on the ACT test. We attribute this to the emphasis that we place on preparing students for the ACT, as well as our general course rigor.
Incentives for completing the ACT benchmarks help students prioritize the test.
One of the things St. Joe Christian does to help us really focus on the ACT is to offer incentives. For example, if you get a certain score on the ACT and you meet certain benchmarks, you can get out of finals.
So I didn't do so well on my ACT the first time, and then I took an ACT prep class that was hosted here at St. Joseph Christian, and I was able to raise my score by 3 points. So it just goes to show that St. Joseph Christian really does care and wants to help prepare students to do great on the ACT.
We include as much variety in our course offerings as possible. For example, many SJCS students take dual credit or college online classes.
One of the areas we're continuing to grow is in our dual college course credit program. We're doing this 2 different ways. 1, we are offering more college classes. And 2, we are continuing to seek staff and faculty that train students in college coursework for college credit.
We also recently added a fine arts period, which has allowed a lot of flexibility with our students and their opportunities to take many different fine arts courses. Because of this, we've seen a great improvement in our fine arts program.
You know, academically, I think St. Joe Christian really prepared me well for going into college. Getting there, I really quickly found out that I knew pretty much exactly the same, if not more, than all my peers around me, which really gave me a leg up when I got there. So much so that I was able to graduate college, thank goodness, and actually go on to be an Air Force student pilot now.
Nearly every graduate that I talked to from St. Joseph Christian School speaks to the fact of how well they were prepared for college. Small class sizes with students of similar academic abilities frees our teachers up to do what they do best, and that is teach.
In addition to being able to prepare students academically for college, St. Joseph Christian is also in the unique position of being able to prepare students spiritually.
Because that is what we want as parents, not to focus on where you're going to go to college. Yes, that's important. Yes, doing your best in basketball, that's important. Yes, but the main focus is serving the Lord and how you're going to serve the Lord in the little time you have here on this earth. And, just, again, the mission focus, and that's just been really good for my oldest, especially because she's in that stage right now.
My son Dylan is working for Youth Front. They're a youth camp organization in Kansas City. He is the director for their Something to Eat program, which is a crisis response feeding program. And I feel that he has gone in this direction after leaving St. Joe Christian because he was taught here and from his family, of course, to be a servant.
Being a Class 1 school means that St. Joseph Christian is able to offer leadership and extracurricular opportunities to a higher percentage of the student body than larger schools. Whether it's athletic teams, clubs, fine arts groups, or spiritual leadership positions, nearly every student has the opportunity to participate in the activities or groups that interest them most.
I love the fact that I get an opportunity to participate in multiple sports, participate in the band and the chapel band. Going to a small school just allows me to do whatever I'm interested in, and it's really great.
Of course, being at a smaller school doesn't mean that the quality of extracurricular programs has to be any less than at larger schools. St. Joseph Christian sports teams have had great success over the years. Students from St. Joseph Christian have been recruited to play collegiate sports from the NCCAA Division II level all the way up to the NCAA Division I level.
In 2017, our boys basketball and football coaches combined for 8 career state championships between the two of them. This shows that our athletes have the opportunity to develop under some very high-level coaching.
At St. Joseph Christian School, we are fully committed to our student athletes and helping them reach their highest potential. We have recently revamped our entire summer workout program. We've also added baseball and currently are in the middle of a construction project for our baseball field. In all that we do, we're striving to foster growth in the lives of our student athletes, physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
Extracurricular success at St. Joseph Christian School has been achieved as often academically and musically as athletically. SJCS Scholar Bowl teams have finished second in the state 4 times and have finished 4th once. In 2017, the SJCS band was chosen out of many applicants statewide to perform at the MMEA conference.
Our band submitted an audition recording for the MMEA conference, competing against applicants from around the state of Missouri. We were selected to perform at the recent MMEA conference. It's the highest honor that a performing ensemble in Missouri can achieve, and I'm very proud of how our students performed.
Many schools in Northwest Missouri have great Christian teachers that do much to be an example of Christ-like living to their students. St. Joseph Christian gets to take this important calling a step farther by actively participating in the students' development of a biblical worldview.
Each year we take a class that teaches us about the Bible. One thing I feel the teachers do really well is they help us to apply it to our lives. That gives us a biblical perspective.
Well, I love getting to teach here at St. Joe Christian. The kids are very willing to learn. We have a radical commitment to discipleship. It's apparent once you walk through the doors. And our whole goal is to teach the kids how to view the world through the lens of the Bible rather than view the Bible through the lens of the world. It's a high calling, but it's definitely one that we enjoy and one that we take very seriously.
Here at St. Joe Christian, I think I really was able to get a really firm grasp on my own spiritual walk with the Lord. And taking that to college, sure, I had a lot of friends that weren't Christians, didn't believe what I believed, but I was able to understand why I believed what I believed, and able to stay strong in my faith. And of course, I also had many Christian friends there too that helped me in that same thing. So yeah, St. Joe Christian has really kind of gave me those roots to stay firm in my faith throughout my years in college.
I think the school has the focus correct, and I think that's the really the main reason we have our children come in here. I mean, the academics are great, the sports is fantastic. Our kids love that. Just the size of the school is good. Everybody knows everybody, I guess, is the bottom line with the children, it seems like. But the focus is right. The focus is God and serving Him, and they do that in chapel. They do that with mission trips. They do that in a lot of other ways. But when you've got your focus right, which is, I guess, giving glory to the Lord, you've got everything else kind of falls in line.
St. Joseph Christian School is a Christian alternative to traditional schooling that seeks to partner with parents in developing a child's biblical worldview, thus preparing students to face an increasingly secular world by working to root students in biblical truth. Academic, spiritual, extracurricular, and fine arts successes are often a byproduct of the resulting like-mindedness that comes from the shared pursuit of Jesus Christ.